Hi, I'm Daniel Metler from 2SexyContent Solutions, and in this short video I'd like to show you how to use the tokens we made, especially for changing row colors, doing special styling, or discovering first and last items in a list. So here's basically how it works. We're going to look at the list index for numbering rows, very often an important criteria. We're going to discover how to change colors by row, and we're going to look at how to do first and last things. So let's just get started. Let's switch over to this, and here's the result from the last lesson we just did, with a little table showing this few records. Let's just add another one for the heck of it. So nothing too exotic, and if you'll remember, we've changed these terms and everything. Now let's assume we would like to add a numbering in front. Then the way we would do this is actually very, very simple. First of all, we're going to just add a blank column for this, so we're just going to add, instead of the city, we're going to add a little column here and just put the number here. And where the number should go in the data row, we'll just add this, and we will add a list index. That's it. Now you'll notice that this is very, very simple and has a little problem. And it starts with 0, and the reason we need this is if you're going to reuse this information in JavaScript or something, you're often happy to have a 0. It's often the way programming languages work, but of course we all know that real people don't like that in most cases. So we added the index that behaves like normal indexes do, but we've added an index 1 which behaves the way you would expect it to. So if I add an index 1, you will see this is what you expect. Give it a second to load. It now starts with 1. So that's how you can number things in any way you want to. Of course, just for a numbered list you wouldn't need it, but for many other things you would. So that's numbering. The next thing I'd like to look at is alternating row colors. A very typical requirement. By the way, if you're in the template editing mode, you will find all these things we're doing right now here in the list tokens list. So here we just did list index and list index 1. Counting is also important. If you want to show a line saying we have 17 records, you can use that. So we're going to now look at the alternator 2. This just gives a 1 or a 0 depending on what alternation we're in right now. And let me just show you here in my code, I added a style called alt1, which gives it a nice background color. So what we're going to do now on this TR here, we're going to say this has the class alt1. And this way, of course, all of the rows will be the same color. But now we'll insert the token here. By doing this, the first row will have an alt0, where there's no style, so nothing will happen. The second row will have an alt1. The next one will have an alt0 again, and the following one an alt1. So it's a very simple mechanism to just allow you to use tokens to color your alternating rows just like that. Very simple, almost like magic. Now we've added more alternators, by the way. We've added an alternator 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you may wonder, because in this scenario you wouldn't need these, but there's a good reason for it. Here's an old demo that we made previously, and here we didn't have the alternators with the higher numbers yet. So you'll see, here we have something, and we have a line between it, and we have something else. And here the line makes sense. But if you look at it over here, the line is wrong. Now if you don't have an alternator to say alt3 doesn't have a line, or causes something special for a line break, you won't be able to control this properly. Here you'll see a newer implementation where it works. Between these we have a line, after the last one we don't. If it would break, it would look perfectly again, and then at the very end it wouldn't have a line again. So that's why we have the higher level alternators. The last thing I'd like to show you is sometimes you would like to add a total row or something like that. And in that case, you would be using the is first or is last. And with that, you would be able to kind of say, this is my first one. A reason typical for this, by the way, is sometimes you have tables or something which have very special boxes or corners around the first and the last row. And for that, of course, you would need it is first, is last. And for this too, we have tokens all prepared, which will just output the word first or output the word last. A typical way we would use this, by the way, is by simply saying here, we'll just add is first and list is last. And this way, we could add overriding styles to make the first row or the last row look different. In this specific case, we didn't actually create those classes yet, so I'm just going to quickly show you the code. Oh, we're still scrolling here. So let's see where we have that. Okay, this is some background code preparing the stuff to show you. So here you see this row has the class. Let me just zoom in here. Okay, can't zoom. Sorry, I hope you see it. The first one says Alt1 first. The next one just says Alt0 first. The next one just says Alt1. The following one will say Alt0 and Alt1 last. So this way you can very easily create classes and styles that do the styling for you. And your token template is very, very simple and very easy to use. So that was it. Remember to always look inside the code to get a feeling for what it does. I hope you like this. Yeah, keep on trying 2SexyContent, use it, have fun, and yeah, enjoy it. Everything is there for download. You can find all the examples on our website. Thank you for watching. This was Daniel Mettler, 2SEC Internet Solutions.